Emo ato medafo memawa ha esama wa kwaba enkani beka se oba ke aigbenisi wezo logo njeni de ni impo di munyina bani 88.3 FM ye chakwan e wo kwabenya .1 to afabo ide na chese news flash kasia boy aboabo no na poso eno abna educhumuwa mrosa ofremi davizozo metwa meni na masira cha na mama utu ene me ena me de enkomo eba besom wo nti misra ka me ho na me fa wo emora enkomo nim Shasia edi free mashebe jefie koko hu nsem yi a ene atu atese owo man Ghana mu ene kopie mu wo mashebe jefie a edom kuma NPP for omugusu agina aban so se koko bu ana nka ne eye 3625 cedis a ene aban atisu se hu edi abetu 2587 cedis per bag no enyenyenyenyenye ese mekuafo no ebre esanchi omo edi ko omachi enunti yera afenyoma akina waye NPP dom kuma no be mudani edi nsemi etuja yenkotie nanum nsem ni bimbra.
Price has been determined and announced for the crop year. It is legally and contractually binding. Therefore, government cannot, in the course of the particular year, vary the producer price to the disadvantage of the farmer. We, the minority, hereby call on the government as a matter of urgency to restore the producer price of cocoa in Ghana to its original value of 3,625 Ghana cedi per 64 kilogram bag with immediate effect. We also demand that government and Cocoa Board pay any difference that farmers and the LBCs might have suffered already by the recent announcement. Mr. Speaker, I so submit. Thank you so much.
Anano ewo mashebe jefie na enya asem kitu akoko hu nsem isisi ade aje se pinso enti ewo nkomo yimu a ena chese edom kese NDC omobe mukani ana openi odoma no yera mahama ayarega ede ensem tu dwase sadia NPP fo asi asori wo koko hu nsemi aye nyina yenim de ekoso wo man yimu ene enkrofo amanso efa dollar hu ide na chese o stress attorney general enhwe se wo be ye nhwehwemu every 8 years nie akoko hu nsemba ya MPP for ba mu huri kwaso no mahuri aba form na nei ababedu mpempensu a wo mo de omo nti omo ho ase no o stress attorney general enye hwehwemu ne yenhwe se accountability a ye sika mu nsem na we se ejina ye na ejina saa ana se edian ene koso ansa na wo mu firi abem mesra mo yenko tie mahama ayarega nu masem brasisia.
And transparency in the management of Cocoa Board and the cocoa sector as a whole, Cabinet has directed the Attorney General to commission concurrent forensic audit and criminal investigations into the activities of Cocoa Board over the last 8 years. Cabinet has directed the Minister of Finance, Cabinet has directed to ensure accountability and transparency in the management of Cocoa Board and the cocoa sector as a whole. Cabinet has directed the Attorney General to commission concurrent forensic audit and criminal investigations into the activities of Cocoa Board over the last 8 years.
Elena chesa wachiami amini mkasa osinana wasumwa megusu agina koko hu nsemi mu na asemi baye yenyina ya mampeni John Dramani Mahama ede ensama tuja wasu ono over 50 acres of cocoa farm onu so ye koko efuo ni bi na sikasemi a engine yie ewo koko ho nsemo no onu kra affect no kakra aka no enu nti ni wa hye se empenifu a ehwe edwadie eni sikasem ni efuo ye ho nsem so no wo mo hwe se ekuafo sikasem no ebetimi agina periperi yenkotie ye mampeni mbrasisi a.
I want to thank Nana Kugwusi. Andy referred to my own tea crop farm. Nana Kwebelusi gave me 50 acres of land, and I planted cocoa on the 50 acres. So I'm a cocoa farmer. And so when the price was reduced by government, it affects me too. I want to be able to empathize with farmers so that when we take any policy decision, we know that it has an effect on farmers and we feel it ourselves. If there's no fertilizer, if the price of fertilizer is expensive, I feel it myself because I also buy fertilizer. I recently acquired another 100 acres of land, and this time I've dedicated it to oil palm. And so we've planted the oil palm, we're putting in the irrigation system. And so I'm endorsing Andy's suggestion. When I'm going to do a reshuffle, the mitigating factor will be that you must have a farm. So public servants, ministers, priests, clergymen, traditional rulers, everybody, try and do some agriculture. Just next door in Côte d'Ivoire, almost every public servant, has.
Earlier, not just a man penny crowd, what's your man, you will cook for me, no me, yet one of a day. Now, and same year, Munamigus wedge, na cocoa ya, and penny for a show cocoa when some woman you move at the end, some to jam it, cocoa board, the Busio Corno, one more than crat to our one saying, almost is ya, executive, why a show cocoa board, no sono, mature executive, one more penny for more down, no, our monomuco meeting, Quashiam, Gun and penny for no mudding come a fair jedia when ya then, almost more salary no one matter to 20%. Said the beya, cocoa sikasam no ebe jine ye. Sansu na eba na dantemu for penny for na. Senior penny for na almost fin no. One so yati omodia so 10%. And we cocoa for and nan penny for a show cocoa juma home and I work cocoa board. Aya cocoa hun sensam no. O matiti to market ya so one so mo yasa idea way. Said the beya ebema cocoa hun sikasam no ejine ye. Hey. Yo say be ye dia natural say mame fa wo every one enquire President John Dramani Mahama Akachi na ensensem bia esisi wo Burkina Faso ye dwadifu a ntosufo ekodi ija wo ho a fofi anto atadodo na ahwere wo mo nkwa na ebi nso eprepra no omampani dia atodwa wose sa eneye na ekoso wo Burkina Faso no ama ehu aba oman Ghana mu pa na ama ehu nso aba ne mu ewo enkrofo a Ghana fo akwakopie wo nkrofo ama so enu nti empenifo a ebo oman yu ban me kira police fo soldier fo security personnel omo hwe se ahobambo ebeye soronko wo oman Ghana ene enkura hodra Ghana fo akwakopie ho yenkweti o mampani bra.
We live in a dangerous sub-region, and a recent incident has shown what the threat of instability and insecurity is to our regional integration and trade. As has been the tradition over decades, we trade amongst ourselves, and so agricultural products from Ghana are traded into Burkina Faso, and agricultural products from Burkina Faso, Niger, onions, tomatoes are traded into Ghana. Recently, some traders from Ghana went to Burkina Faso to buy tomatoes, and they were ambushed in a village where they were transacting, and armed insurgents, terrorists, armed groups attacked, and unfortunately we lost a number of our compatriots. Happily, there are few survivors, and so the Ghana army is arranging to medevac them from Burkina Faso so that those who are injured can continue to receive treatment here in Ghana. And so on behalf of government and people, we express our condolences to the families of those who were either killed or have been injured.
Any abusia for amampeni eden hyehyeye ana esrese hyehyeye nwu akwan mu no ye nipa nso ye nhwe ye ho su ye uhu bibia aya no waka bibi imaye nante anadwu bebre ahobambo no ehye ase afiri ya ye so ansana abontenso for ababeboa ye medewo ekwa akopia mu ewo Bono region aposifo ewo ho aso emrantie bia wo mususu se wo mo ya akronfo emu omukita etuo ewo doma ekuro ni mu highway nu mu ho a enya asem kitu na police fo gina omnom se mranze emunyina ho ne yen hwede ayekoso wo de yenkɔ ne yenkotie Regional Commander Joshua Cromson enumunsem embrace sia
AK-47 rifle loaded with 11 rounds of ammunition plus 10 rounds of ammunition, 39 rounds of BB cartridge, 1 dagger, a mobile phone, a Honda motorbike, a black mask, and a set of talisman. A further search led to the recovery of a sack containing additional weapons and ammunition, including 2 Baikal single-barrel guns, a pump-action gun, 1 Beretta pistol loaded with 3 rounds of 9mm ammunition, plus 34 rounds of 9mm ammunition.
Hey, asemo. Aposifo awo man mu ya mamumo. Esanse na nsen die. Ensema ebe nyina ya chi we ya bribe yen ya anje na sei. Ya bompa ye se sa ne ye no. Ebe kwaso sa se de be ya o man no asumdue. Ebebe mi antimi nya ne pepepe sa na nso esote a. Ebe boa yen. Me de wo ese gina police fo bi so a. Posi ni we de posi ni baako. Nyame aka na ko mama we hie sika. 8,500 Ghana cedis Ewatechima highway no Sukumase kwa no so ho wa hu sika no police ni yan fe sika na nkwa nkwahye ne da meka nkyere aban sa aban wadwuma ne magyan na emom wa hwehwemu a hu nipa kura businessman asika no eya ne dia edi sa sika 8,500 Ghana 85,000 mfancha me 85,000 akokoma businessman your friend no Stephen Ofori na say dia Ghana city pa hwan ene be hia sika eti say ya wo be san ho ene we de a police for good news nkwa na firi mo ho eba ye hwe nim se ebe koso ayesa e won san from no BEC ya eba be koshi enkwale ya ebe wie JHS akwa SHS ni ade chese omo empanifu a hwe BEC nsansan so dia ba betu jase sisi asika no ye tum BC no say anka ne na mpanifo ana awofo no register no 20 Ghana cedis na ya tum ya de bi aka ho enu nti ema Ghana National Education Campaign for the to just say mpanifo na omudi BC enimu omatototo sika nimu no wo mo hwe se wo mo beti sika ne so se de be ya awofo no eho be hehan o na nkola no so enwa agim fine etimidi akotwe exams no yenkwati ebimbra.
Add entrepreneurship to our curriculum. No, it's not a bad call. It is positive. It's good. As I say, the way to go now. TVET education, technical vocational education, and something practical, something that can help the child when that child becomes an adult to be able to be job creator rather than to be job seekers. And see if there is that call, say, entrepreneurship and curriculum. I know the jail is a assembly. Now, soon also it may share not extra bed and 2 year man so. Already, the curriculum that we are implementing is more of a something that is more of competency-based curriculum, and it's to some extent takes care of some of these things indirectly.
Ejwadifo ewon senfu from no ejwadifo eye ento sekuafo a don tosufuo di ntosu bankran ha ne nkrofo amaso omani abre wo mo say abra wosama akwakosi wo Burkina Faso yi ya how pa amehu aka wo mo enu ti buno East for Omudo Ntos. Almost say abayin she. Say one, obe support wo mo adwuma no. Onfa sika ene mmoa. Emre wo mo. Na Ntos na timi short. Ena aferi so no. Omo dada sitine mu no. Ukọ efuo mu akronfo tata wo. Ene niam bi omu hia be ma efuo no mu ye no. Ejina so ye no. Emmoa wo mo enu nti. Oma stress abayin bra na ombra mbeke bi mo mo na de Burkina Faso esi wo ho ekura de asabo mu hu yenkwoti adwadifo efuo mu fo ni bi nsem mbra
Burkina Faso na quality okay ye frebi Cobra 34, Diva, Anaya, and then Bokana Janaba, Money Bokina Sisi, no, a cherry, Hadia, and you can't do our engine, Jemama Bokab. Always not yes, I buy Komwa, na season one, Cobra 34, Diva, Anaya, and season Akana. So say, you be a bring a dozen, you be a manapa. Okay, I can say, I buy Mamma season, I buy a common, maybe a Mudia, it was.
Now, then, so. Ebi ni baby a Ghana ha tomatoes ni bi ni baby a the Ghana nya na akọbọke na ọmọ wa Accra Cape Coast baby a nya akọbọke na nti asama esi no esi nora no nyina bottle
yesire wura pa ye wura don mama ya pana chaw ya papa yesire no nsu akase da Ghana ha mrantie so wa ha sa mrantie na omo sora omo kwa guboda so Apesha load no some lantia na no we toast wa Ghana ha say no e dey say show mo from ha na say ye wura don mama o tere na shirem ama mrantia na fi so betima ya aduma no ama edri sa amire we mu a aye pebra ya kasa pebra nsuo nto no o betima ya aduma ni bi ama ya soso ya tima to bi ama ya ho atai
Ekuafo di omunsam etu dwa efa ko entosu ho no na muaye baaye every deputy minister ohwe agrek ho Owura John Jimelo ono ohwe ekuayo ho nsem se de beye begina yi odi muaye abrewo mo wo se afi mua kwa kwesi na wie ye de omo de nhyehyeye eto akwan mu se de beye ekuayo ebefa ne ntuma pa efra nti o ma hyase e de free northern region yenkotie deputy minister John Jimelo Embra.
There are farmers in a certain area that they have good water body and they need these water pumps. I'll definitely give them water pumps for them to do all year round farming. Now that's a short-term measure. The long-term measure is to rehabilitate and renovate the existing irrigation systems that we have. I mean, if you go to our commandant, they have their irrigation system there. If you go to Volta region, there are a couple of irrigation systems that need to be worked on and expanded. And so all in all, I think by middle of next year, almost all these irrigation systems will be fully rehabilitated and in full production for these farmers to use. Food seed is important, and that's what we are working on. And so we are working on with the research department, that's CSIR and other areas, other institutions to give us improved seeds, one. The second one is that, like I said, we are trying to establish mini processing centers in all these areas.
From no Accra High Court the papa wenya enfie 46 years akwa akotum ni din no Moro Harina wone abayu a wenya 16 years wato ne mona ache se wama abayu aye sakasakasaka nu nti omode ne ekokogina Accra High Court ema atemuafo ebunatan se won kono nkodem for 15 years said e be ya oba obesua bibi edie frim sansensemi de bia yaka o arewusemi esiye ewo arewusemi esiye wo breko a na chese papai ekwan ofa so odada abofra no ene no idi sa adwuma no enya kwan papa so eye pa se emra no aso ni mu ede no akwakotu mama yenhwe si ye nyina ye behwe ye mofra no so yie wo ye pani afa pani na jai emofra na ye dididi wo mochi na ere emwaye ye fi wonom de ane de ani eche FDA fo akachi omo de kokobon nsem ama wo man Ghana se yenhwe se boni a ye difa beans hu enei Wamusi beans no enkrofo bi e de powder efa ho said ye be ya beans no ensei emwa emmem na omu wagidie se eye cement e na chese womu de efa ho enu ti emwa ya pomudin yenhwe se ye beja e na afen so FDA fo e de nkrata na beto abonti chem se sa de no womu njintu mu emwa yen nti ya ye beans na ye ton beans edue beans e de cement a ye de fafefa ho ne powder ahodro se de be ya emwa mbemu no ye nyan na aduane a ye di akoya yam kra de nka cement de cement kra egu fom a ni aya eye no emwa na nka mpese be kwa kopie mu wo yem e won san fufuro mu no so maame bi won say from mami bi ahwe ne nkwan ayaya e wo China for plywood company a chese enam sedia kwan a omafa so esiesie omo company anim no enema bi ene de ye safety measures no enko ye wo ho na obi nim se mami ne ekoto mu se machine na fa ni so eno so ayare ho se mo pa edi enibre akwa akopie Chinese company ho no na empanifo afre wo mo a omo ye mu enhwehwemu inti yehwe se omode niam papa ebegu akwan mu ede amaye ene na pa hwi ene nkomo ne wa enso ehye da nwa bebre me da se wonya bre etie me aha eye new 88.3 FM na enkomo amidi bre we eye news flash kasebo amaye mu kama me de ababeso mu asida kese enkomo technical director Mr. Derek Asare de tosu biem enkoma mi producer Francis Aigbe Eden ena Dalali Mark afei dachi hene ene executive producer Mr. Johnny Alasani ene boy chidom enipa dodwe ene boye mamitimidi enkomo ebra mi amidi enkomo ebra mi din ene eno abena educhumu wa mrosa utimi frame Davis ozomejo so me pacho ebotu a shia akosua champagne na wonfa everyday bia BBC talk to me ena afei so aduane da ye friend new drive no embra meso mo me da say macrow